sitting by night in my secret study, alone, resting upon the brazen stool, a slight flame breaking forth out of that solitude, makes me utter what it is not in vain to believe. With rod in hand, set in the middle of the branches, with water I wet the limb and the foot. In fear I write, quaking in my sleeves, divine splendor. The divine sits nearby. A whirlwind, litter upturned, faces covered with cloaks, commonwealth troubled by new kind of men, white and red, judging wrongly. One monarch, the world not in peace, no long alive. The fishing boat lost, governed with worse detriment. They are being driven away without much fighting. Country folk more grieved. Great debating in town and city. Their hearts being tried in Carcasse, Narbonne. Wings rising at his feet. The eye of Ravenna forsaken. Two of Brescia making constitution. Turin, Vercelli, French trample upon. Execution. One arrives too late, letters intercepted, contrary wind. 14 conspirators of a sect. Undertaking made by the red-haired man. Oh, solar city, how often are you taken, changing your laws to vain barbarian edicts. Evil grows nigh. Great Adria opens your veins. You are more tributary. From the east shall come the African heart to vex Adria and the heirs of Romulus. Accompanied with the Libyan fleet, Melite shall tremble, and the neighboring islands be empty. Serpents put into iron cage. 7 royal children also there. Old men and fathers coming out of hell, witnessing the death and cries of their offspring. The motion of the sense, heart, feet, and hands are in accord. Naples, Leon, Sicily, swords, fires, waters, then to the noble Romans, dipped, killed, dead by weak rain. Within a little time, a false, frail brute, from low to high, being quickly raised, by reason that he has the government of Verona, is unfaithful and flippant. Exiles full of hate and rage, making conspiracy against the king. Their aspect drives their foes to secrecy, stirring sedition with his old allies. Songs, tunes, requests, enslaved people, kept prisoner by princes and lords. This future by headless idiots, by divine prayers admitted. Mars, warlike force threatening us, bloodshed 70 times, clergy rising then ruined, more those too, no care to listen. Saturn joining with the water sign towards Sagittarius at its highest point of exaltation. Plague, famine, military causing death. This century's age nears its renewal. No rainbows appearing for 40 years. See rainbows every day for 40 years. The land more and more arid. And now, great flooding. Wrench, discord, negligence. The way opened to Muslim forces. Land and sea of Sinoise, blood-soaked. Marseille port, covered with sails of ships. Serpents encircling the altar. Spaniards vexing royal blood. Much suffering of many. Leader fleeing, hiding in pond rushes. Vexation by sudden change at Tours, Angers, Blois, Reims, and Nantes. Foreign speakers pitching tents, land and sea quaking. Javelins. Rennes. Milky white out of the abyss. Deep white clay nourishing the rock, people not daring to touch it, not aware underneath is only clay soil. It lives without a mind, kills its creator. Hail and ice causing devastation at Autun, Chalon, Langres, and Sens. Third month, the sun rising, meeting on the battlefield. Leopard and boar. Leopard, exhausted, glances skyward. Sees an eagle in flight about the sun. New city, thoughts of condemnation. Bird of prey offering itself to heaven. Victory, pardoning prisoners. Cremona and Mantua, suffering great evils. Found what was lost a long age. Pastor, honored as demigod, rumors being dishonored before the moon completes her great cycle. Lightning, daytime, thunderbolt, the great man struck, this evil foretold by popular rumor. The next foretelling falls amidst the night. Conflict in Reims, plague in London and Tuscany. Beneath the oak, Gain struck from heaven. Not far, the treasure lies hidden, gathered of long ages, found, dying, spring stuck in eye. Barbarian fleet making for Tobruk. A long while, then the western fleet. Great waste of beasts, men, chattels, in Taurus and Libra. Oh, what a deadly feud. Fish, both terrestrial and aquatic, strong wave upon the beach, its form strange, smooth, horrific. From sea, fast approaching the enemy walls. A foreign ship amidst sea storm, approaching unknown port, ignoring warning by palm branch. Killed, looted, good advice too late. Wars in France for so many years, beyond the course of the King of Spain. Victory uncertain, 3 great ones crowned. Eagle, cock, moon, lion, sun in its mark. The empire being transferred to a small place, quickly growing large, to a minute confined space, in the midst of which he is laying his scepter. A spacious plain near a great bridge, imperial forces of the great lion causing slaughter outside the rigorous city. Fearful they are closing the gates to him. Preparations being made for battle. Bird of prey, leftwards veers its flight. One taking as good omen, the other taking bad. The weakest side taking good of it. Field of combat, a single duel. The old one overcome by the young lion. He pierces eyes through his cage of gold. 2 wounds from one, dying a cruel death. Too late the monarch is repenting, having not put to death his adversary, but now consenting to much higher. His blood kin put to death. Sun is setting, almost hidden. Battle raging, a great people unsure. Defeated, the seaport is not responding. Bridge and tomb in two places strange. The sun and eagle appearing to the victors. Vain assurances being made to the vanquished seeking assurance. No bugle nor cries will stop the horsemen. A vengeful peace achieved through death. Night, the highest one in bed, strangled, stayed too long, the fair elect. 3 substitutes enslaving the empire. Put to death, not reading paper or packet. The trumpet, false, is concealing the madness. Changing of laws in Byzantium. A reformer is rising in Egypt. New edict changes coin and metals. The city under siege, being assaulted at night. Few can escape. Battle not far from the sea. The sun returns. Mother faints with joy. Folded letters, poison hidden. The 10th of the calends of April, Gothic account, reviving again through evil people. The light extinguished, diabolical assembly, seeking the bones of Démon and Pieline. A miraculous thing is happening. The field is moving, and a pillar of porphyry transferring onto a gnarled rock. This before the change of empire occurs. Sacrifices coming back again soon. Opposers being put to martyrdom. No more monks, abbots, no novices. Honey costs far more than candle wax. Sector of sects, greatly punishing the infirm. Beast into theater, erected in the scenic place. Inventor ennobled for this antic. World confused and being split by sects. Great fire of heaven falling for 3 nights near Auch, Lectoure and Mirande. Marvelous and wonderful happening. And later, the earth quaking. Angry speeches at the Lake of Le Mans. Days becoming weeks, into months, years, all fails then, magistrates damning their futile laws. The moon is past 20 years of rain. Another takes the reign for 7,000 years. The sun in its last days, is prophecy fulfilled. A long time before such things occur, thy virtuous moon, those of the east, in the year 1700, powerful enemies make, nearly subjugating the northern land. Being born of aquatic triplicity, taking Thursday for his feast day, his fame, praise, reign, and power growing by land and sea. Eastern tempest, head of Aries, Jupiter, and Saturn. What changes, O eternal God? Evil times returning after long age. France and Italy. What turmoils growing? Mars and Saturn conjoining in Scorpio. Murdered, the great Lord, within his hall. To the church, a pestilence by the new king anointed. Europe weakened, North too. Alas, how much the great people are tormented, and the holy law utterly ruined. Gold and silver, new mines found. Christendom troubled by other laws. Changes of reign and age, 2 revolutions of the dreaded scythe-bearer. The loose sign interferes, 2 equals in inclination. Great effusion of blood under the climate opposite to Babylonian. Land and sea, air, sky, full of evil, sects, famine, kingdom, plagues, confusion. See great changes soon, extreme horrors and vengeance cruel. Thus is the moon led by its angel. Heaven approaches the reckoning. Great discord, trumpet sound, understanding ended, the head lifted to heaven. Bloody mouth swims in blood. In the soil lies the face, once anointed with milk and honey. Belly slit, born with 2 heads and 4 arms. Some years it lives whole. Aquilae celebrates its feasts. Hosann, Turin, Lord Ferrara joins this day. Exiles banished to the islands, not sparing their tongues, murdered, too put in the sparks, at the change of a monarch more cruel. Born near Italy, an emperor costs his empire dear. The people rallied round him, saying, "Less a prince than a butcher." Miserable, unhappy the republic, wasted by new magistrate. Great amassing of the grim exiled, Swiss making to annul their great contracts. Alas, great lost learning suffers before the moon's cycle completed. Fire, great flooding, more by ignorant rulers, or long age not restored. Population smaller, scourges past, lands inhabited, a long time peace. Safe travel by air, land, and sea. Wars starting anew. The man, half pig, thinking when seen they see the sun at night. Noise, chants, battles in the sky. Brute beasts speaking. Lightning, never so great. Children without hands. A royal prince injured in a game. 3 around the middle, trussed up in chains. The one carrying the news, after a little while resting, gasps. Hail and tempests at Viviers, Tournon, Montserrat, and Pradelles. I see a great famine drawing near. Often returns, then becomes universal. So great and long, they are plucking roots from the ground and children from the breast. Oh, what horrid and grim torment upon 3 innocents handed over. Poison is suspected, evil treason guarded, drunken executioners put in horror. Peace, then war, famine, flood surrounds. The great mountain, 7 stades circumference, spreading far, flooding great countries, even old and great foundations. Persia, war, famine, rain not ceased, the monarch betrayed, the trust too great. By the end, in France begins a secret sign to the one to protect. By Spaniards, Arabs, and Italians, 3 times the sea fort taken, then taken back. Marseille and Aix, Arles by those of Pisa, Turinese plundering Avignon, devastation, fire, steel. Marseille inhabitants completely changed, chased and pursued towards Lyon. Narbonne, Toulouse, outraged by Bordeaux, killing nearly 1 million captured. Negligent France assaulted on 5 fronts: Persia, Tunis, Algiers, inciting Leon, Seville, Barcelona, yields. The Venetian fleet not pursued. Resting, setting sail to Epirus, the great relief approaching Antioch, the veiled, black-haired fighting for empire. Roasted on a spit, brazen barbarian. Siena's tyrant attacking Savona. The fort is gained, holding fleet. By the standard of Ancona, 2 armies. The chief is frightened, examining his conscience. A fierce name is decreed upon one. Fate, the 3 sisters named, leading a great people by word and deed, famous, renowned, more than any other. A great promontory rising between 2 seas. By horse bit that one dies. By Gibraltar, fleet near Rocheval. Neptune unfurls a black sail for their admiral. A dullard son born to an old chief, degenerate in knowledge and arms. The chief of France is feared by his sister. Fields divided, conceded to gendarmes. Laws make restless quarreling and monopoly. Alsace, Lectoure, Agen, Auch, and Condom, wanting to restore the cult of the bull. Bordeaux, Toulouse, Bayonne, ruined. In Burgundy comes thunder of the 6th bright celestial splendor. A monster born, then, of a most hideous beast. Discord, anger. In March, April, May, June. Of the human flock, 9 set apart. Separation from counsel and justice. Their fate already decided. Kappa, Theta, Lambda. Death, banished and scattering. Shaking, trembling of wooden columns, red covering by a south wind, so much coming, expelling a multitude. Trembling, Vienna and the pastures of Austria. The alien race dividing the booty. Saturn in Mars gazes furiously, slaughtering all of Tuscans and Latins, Greeks examining to strike. The moon hidden by a deep shadow, his brother's color showing dust red, the great one hiding in the shadows, a long time holding blade in bloody wound. The monarch troubled by the lady's answer. Ambassadors take their own lives in hand, his brothers counterfeited double by the greater. In rage, hate, and envy too are dying. The great queen sees herself subjugated. Of masculine courage becomes excessive. Naked upon the horse, she crosses the river, pursuing by sword, her faith outraged. Earth shaking fire from the center of the earth makes tremble the tower of the new city. Two great rocks making war a long time. Arethusa coloring a new river red. The divine sickness taking the Grand Prince by surprise. A short time before he takes a wife, his esteem and support at once struck low. The council bereft of a head shall die. All those from Lerida in the Moselle, putting to death all those of Loire and Seine. The sea coursing close to the high wall, when the Spanish open every vein. Bordeaux, Poitiers, at the sound of the alarm. A great force going as far as Langon, hideous monster born nearby Orgon. The north wind against the French. The gods making it appear to humans that they are authoring a great war. Before heaven seen clear sword and lance, that towards the left hand making great affliction. Under one, the peace everywhere proclaimed. But not long, looting and rebellion. By refusal, town, land, and sea undermined. Dead and captured, a third of a million. Mountains trembling near the Italian land. Lion and cock not well confederated. Instead of fear, one helps the other. Liberty and Celts moderate alone. The tyrant put to death at Port Ceylin. Liberty not yet restored. Vengeance and remorse by the new Mars. By force and terror, lady honored. twin child found in front of the monastery, of heroic bloodline of ancient monk. His fame through sect, language, and power sounds. They strongly say, elect the living twin. Changed by fancy, he that is charged to destroy churches and sects does more harm to rocks than to the living, filling ears with ornate speeches. Accomplished not by sword nor fire, done by the soft tongue in council. The king remains through restful dream, ignites the enemy more. Military bloodshed. The chief leads infinite people far from his skies to death and language strange. In Crete and Thessaly 5,000 lost. The chief flees to safety in the sea barn. The great monarch makes company with two kings united in friendship. Oh, what sighs the great household makes, which pity infants around Narbonne. A grey bird in the air, a long time seen, near Dole and Tuscan land, holding in its beak a green branch. A great one dies then. The war finishes.